Welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Today we're doing a first for this series, and that is our first barn visit. Now, I'm not intending to buy a car, considering the amount of money we do actually have, but it'd be quite nice to get some parts to put in our warehouse, but we don't also know exactly what we can and can't fix. So this will be a learning curve for us as well. On another note, if you are enjoying this series or any other content on the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and a like does really help the video. So, first barn visit. I kind of know what to expect. I'm expecting a grey, browny barn full of dust and lots of bits to pick up and hope we can fix later on. So to actually travel to the barn, it does cost you £100. So we lost £100 off the bat. So we've got to make sure we kind of make some money from some of the parts as well. And straight away, we have a car. Now, like I said at the start, I'm not expecting to be able to buy a car. 24,000 in the bank is not a massive amount of money, but we can have a look at it. We'll probably do a little scan of it, because that way you can earn some XP. So this is a 1977 Luxor Barone. Nice little car, I suppose. Now, I do know cars in the barn finds generally have better parts than the scrapyard. We haven't done a scrapyard yet. Scrapyards you can kind of expect they're going to be lowest of the low kind of condition of parts missing. But even for this, in this barn, it's £25,191 to buy that vehicle. Now, we haven't got that money. Today is more about parts, seeing what we can and can't fix, kind of learn a little bit at the same time. So unfortunately the car will not be coming with us. And while we're looking through the parts of the first pile of stuff we found, there is a nice rim there. Again, I am taking my time. I'm just trying to make sure I kind of know what we're taking. Can we fix it? Can we not? I'm guessing a lot of it. We do know glass cannot be fixed. That's a big one. Body parts, I'm pretty sure we still aren't high enough renovator skill to actually do anything with them. Some nice 3-star parts here though. And even some of the parts we may get that we can fix, we may not be high enough. But we then have the decision, do we just sell them for money? Or do we kind of try and keep them and then fix them later on when we have the ability to do so? But it is a learning curve and a half. The hardest part is just knowing what you can and can't take. Obviously bodywork is generally a simple one. As I say, glass is a no-no. Bodywork should be okay, but I don't know what the minimum percentage is either. I think it's around 16, but I'm not 100%. So this front sway bar, I don't know if it can be fixed. So we'll take it just in case. There will be a few items we're going to lose money on because we'll ask us to sell them. And I'm assuming you can't sell them for the price we paid for them. If we can, brilliant, but I'm not expecting to be able to. What else have we got in here? Timing chain is red, so I'm assuming anything red is no good to us. The rims, possibly. Glass is no good. Not at all sure about the shoe though. Yeah, not massively sure on that. Yeah, I think we'll leave that. I probably should have taken the rims, to be fair. And again, this is the first time we've done a barn visit, so we're going to leave things we probably should have taken. The other side of me is also thinking, obviously, we weren't able to fix rims previously. I don't think we haven't progressed any skill levels since. But it's kind of, it's a learning curve. That's all I can say. I'm going to keep trying to explain why I'm picking certain parts, but I'm probably picking everything wrong. We did take a window there. It was green, so I kind of assumed it may be high enough for us to use. We've already looked at that pile. And obviously I'm looking at this after I've done it, and looking back on it, I made a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of things here I probably could have taken with us and fixed later on, and there's a lot of stuff I took that I probably shouldn't have even touched. What we're going to do, I think for the rest of the barn find, we will speed through until we get another car, and then we'll have a look at the car itself. But again, before we speed through, there is a car just around the corner. Again, we won't be able to buy a car. There's no way we're going to have enough money for that. I was going to just speed it through to the cars, but maybe not. Some more bodywork. There is a headlight. I don't think headlights can be fixed, but it is green, so that might be worthwhile to us for later on. Something we could possibly use. But yeah, looking back on this now, as I'm voicing it over, I know the mistakes I made. And there was quite a few. Obviously, internal furniture, seats, backbench, things like that, they're no good. You can't fix them. Pulleys, rollers, no point. You can't fix those either. Timing covers, believe can be fixed. As you saw, we took the idle roller. Again, didn't realise we couldn't fix it. We know a lot more now than we did when we first did this. Okay. This car, there is no way we can afford it. This is a Moreno Bizarrini. That one. Sports car. This I'm expecting to be a lot of money. It's got a V12 DOHC MRN engine. Bodywork isn't bad. Now I'm starting to worry. Obviously there's lots of stuff we don't know about. £58,387 to buy. Now, at the time, I didn't realise how rare this car was. It was only later on that I was informed this is an extremely rare car. There was no way we could have bought it. We didn't have enough money, so there's nothing we could have done. But I wish I'd known at the time. So what we'll do, we'll fast forward until we get to another car. If there is another one here, we'll also check everything for a decent boost of XP, I believe. So we'll see you at the next car. And we have found another car. Now, this is the Bolt Supernova 1969, a V8 0HV engine. Decent bodywork again, as expected. What is the price? £22,425. Again, unaffordable. Now, that's just about it. I'll speed through what else we found. Obviously, we gained the XP by just doing an examination of the car. I thought there was a bonus way of getting XP. There's a few more little bits to find. As I said at the earlier part of the video, this was all learning. Looking back on it now, I know exactly what I did wrong. I know what things we took we shouldn't have took, and what we left behind we should have taken. But you only learn by doing. And this was definitely a learning curve. I haven't played the previous car simulator games previous to this edition, so I wasn't au fait with what you can do and what you can't do. I'm learning as I go. Mistakes will be made, and the only thing I'm really gutted about is the sports car that we found that I now know is so rare. It's unfortunate we didn't have enough money. But this is a list of parts we've actually got. We found another case in here as well, and that's £200 for the case. And in total, we are spending £3,637 on parts. That sounds like an awful lot of money, considering we don't know what we can and can't fix. So a lot of this will depend on our renovator skill, and a lot of it will depend on if we've actually picked the right things. There's a few things looking at the list straight away I can see that I'm thinking, yeah, no way. But we may still make money by selling them. I'm assuming we won't get as much as we paid to bring them in, but hopefully we won't lose too much either. The valve push rod, I'm assuming we won't be able to keep. That won't be able to be fixed. Timing chain shoe A, probably not. Timing chain again, probably not. Yeah, we're not doing well, are we, at this? Back in the garage then, we've paid our £3,637. We're going to open the case first. Let's see what we get for the case. I think I was on with Nighthawk at this point while filming this, and I was actually asking him what ones he wanted us to open. So we've got a bonus scrap of 107. We got another case. It's always nice getting a case for a case. Bonus bomb locations, that replaces the one we just used, and another case. This will end at some point. We won't just keep getting case after case, hopefully. A bonus case. It's going well so far. Constant cases, bonus XP. We need that XP to get the next renovator level up. Well, we're going to have this time. Don't be another case, surely. Bonus barn locations. We gained an extra barn location on top of the one we've already used. And more scrap. Again, we're not really using scrap yet, but the more we get in advance, the better. Now, this is going to be the time to check. Can we fix anything? We can fix some things. As you can see, it's not a massive amount, because you know how much we spent. There's not a massive amount we can actually fix. Which is a little bit worrying, considering we did spend a decent amount of money. But what we'll do is fix what we can, and obviously some are locked by renovator score. If we hit the red like that, we've just lost the part. So we've now made the part unusable, we can't even fix it. You learn very quickly that you've got to try and hit the green as much as possible. The ones on the edges are a lot easier than the ones in the middle. But green is what you're after. Grey just means try again. It does cost money each time you try and do this, but your rewards are a lot better than not doing it. And the parts can be used in cars we'll finally eventually by ourselves do up. So there is a reason to do barnyards and scrapyards, and then there's a reason to fix parts that you find in these. Later on in the series we'll be able to go to scrapyards and barnyards and take everything, because we can turn some of it into scrap, which you can then use for upgrading parts later on to different star levels. So the fuel rails are the last thing we can do. It is quite high anyway, but that will get to 100%. So the rims, we are not high enough. You can't fix them, but they can be fixed otherwise, and that's interesting. Because even including the rims that we can't fix, that doesn't leave us a lot of stuff left in our inventory. We still can't fix any body parts. And again, for the amount of money we spent, there's not many parts here. Even if they can't fix them yet, but we can in the future, doesn't allow for the parts we haven't been able to do anything with. Now, skill points. We need 2 more skill points to get Renovator 5, which will allow us to fix the rims at least. And then another, if I do my maths, another 8 points in total to get the last 2 parts we need. So at this point we have sold all the parts that are no good, and we have put everything else into a warehouse, and that's it. A nice little quick episode today. Just wanted to reiterate it was a first barn visit, and I wanted just to show that experience. We did achieve the trophy first time at Countryside, which is your first barn visit trophy. In total today, we spent £3,714 on fixing parts and buying parts from the barn. That's not too bad, and later on in the series we'll see us actually make money on those items. But that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.